What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today we're going to be looking at a video from No Fugazi. Now, in this particular video, there's a stripper that's saying that she should have standards after being a hoe. Look at this.
Okay, question. So if a woman, just like Melvin, just say a woman, her past was that she, just say used to strip, right? 10 years prior to
Who,
meeting.
Melvin's?
No, just say a woman.
Oh, a woman,
and
okay.
Just like, instead of it being Melvin, it's a woman. In her past, she used to strip.
Okay.
But now she's gone on and she's gotten her bachelor's degree and this, that, and the third. And her stripping career was what paid for that bachelor's degree. Now she's, graduated and onto her career. She meets a man. Will he look at that past the same as what you were saying is like, oh, I can't bring her into my future. She used to shake her up for a living.
Correct.
Yeah, so well, you can go ahead and answer this issue.
Wow,
Once we
Cooley.
hear-
I
once
forgot
we
you were
hear-
here. Hi.
Yeah, because y'all be talking a lot.
He was asleep in the corner over
said
here.
you sleep.
Now I'm just letting y'all speak.
Look at his eyes. He was asleep.
But yes, like Cooley said, we do care about your past. Once we hear that you did anything promiscuous in the past, whether it's be a stripper or a prostitute or just known to sleep around with plenty of guys,
That's not what I said.
that's I'm just giving you an example. That's an automatic no for most men.
Oh,
But
Obviously not all.
that's not what I was saying.
Including stripper.
Okay.
Okay, but
We don't
listen.
care. We don't care if you
It's sex work. So
rehabilitated.
strip work is a form of sex work, and a reason why. And think about it, like when we get married, hypothetically, say if we got married, you take my last name.
Mhm.
So the last name means something. If you are a stripper, well,
Was.
if you
No,
was a
that's-
stripper,
No,
it
the
doesn't matter.
statement was
Your
in case of a
reputation.
was.
What I'm saying is your reputation still carries with you. So the person that I'm giving my last name to, I want her to have a good reputation, not a bad reputation. Now, if we change it, if we say that like the woman got locked up and did some time versus the woman that was on a stripper pole, we'll take the chick that was in prison rather than the chick that was on a stripper
Because
pole.
what guys don't want is
Crazy.
if I'm dating a girl and she used to be a stripper and I take her to an event with all my friends, the most embarrassing thing for a man is if they come up to us like, yo,
I was slapping her booty at I was
I was
gripping
throwing
that
her
thing
bread.
up.
I had in a private room. I did this to her. I did that
Had
to
her
her.
twirling around like
That's the most embarrassing thing for a guy. Whether you ladies agree with it or
and the
not.
crazy thing is, she did all that for another man and didn't even do it for you.
That's that.
That's a lot I can say about this. Now, as far as stripping goes, we know that a lot of strippers had to have the reputation of pay for play. We all know that a lot of strippers nowadays, they will literally want to get paid to get fucked. Now, the reason how we know this is because a lot of strippers got a lot of kids by a lot of different men. And a lot of them brag about this shit on TikTok. So that's one way we know that shit's true. Two, a lot of strippers, they have this whole mentality. They only think in the sense of money. They're not very good women to be dating. Plus, on top of it, they have issues, family issues to be specific, and a lot of them have a lot of traumas. So it's like this: you're going into a relationship with a woman where she has a lot of family trauma, a bunch of kids, and a whole bunch of soul ties because she's been fucking a lot of these dudes that she strips for. You really don't know who this person is, really. You don't know the things that she's done in her past, and she's going to lie to you about it, to be honest with you, because a lot of women do lie about their past, but that's the honest truth. She's going to lie about her past. She's going to be like, you know what? Let me not tell him everything I did. She's not going to tell you that she sucked some dick for about $400. She ain't gonna tell you she gave up the poom poom for $1,000 and had a whole bunch of niggas paying for it. Let's be honest with you. She ain't gonna tell you everything that she really did. Yeah, she might even tell you that, hey, I didn't do anything. Meanwhile, that bitch got about 100 fucking bodies, and they all paid for it. She ain't even and the bad part is she not even gonna do the nasty shit that she did with those niggas. She not gonna do that with you. She gonna give you the bare minimum sloppy toppy. She gonna give you the bare minimum coochie slapping. She gonna give you the bare minimum. She ain't gonna do everything that she was doing for them other dudes. So basically, you accepting something for less. And a lot of women don't understand that. You literally would have to, I don't want to say beg, but you would literally have to fucking pay them to basically do what they supposed to do as a wife. So it's like this. It's like, you know what? Since y'all want to do that, cool. But don't be mad at the damn outcome when this shit happens.
That's the worst part.
But what if she did that in a different state and then you took her to somewhere else and nobody knows her?
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
There's no reputation.
It doesn't matter if she did it in heaven or hell. If we find out, she's a dog.
But what about men too? Men strip too.
That's why you
and men
single,
shake their
Eve,
booty
be
and
quiet.
men do
Well,
the same thing.
you ladies don't remember. You don't really care about the man's
what you
past
say.
as
I know I'm
much.
Girls, but I'm just saying, you're so convicted with what you say. Like you say that from the deepest part of your
Yes, because
lung.
I mean what
but
I
9
said.
times out of 10, it's
It's wrong, it's
I'm gonna keep my
judgmental.
mouth shut
No,
on
it's
that.
judgmental.
end, but a
This
lot
is
of
not
the times when it
fugazi.
comes down to it, it's half-hearted with a lot of the things that you guys go so hard on. Because at the end of the day, whichever woman catches your heart and really is rocking with you, and you can feel that from the deepest part of where you just said that from, it ain't gonna matter where she
Exactly.
came from, bro.
Me, yes, it
It's
will.
not.
If I
But
find
that's
out my
you.
business,
But
I'm
that's
telling
you.
How you
It's
tell me
is.
what I
I'm
can
not
like?
saying okay, a full-fledged dude. Of course, you're not gonna give that your last name.
A
You're not
stripper
even gonna
too.
take.
Okay, so
Bruh,
A stripper
stop
too.
it.
That's
I
you.
used to
That's your
dance, and I've
opinion.
never in my life been
What about a
completely
felon?
nude. Okay, so you're sitting
It
up there
doesn't
telling
matter.
me that I will
difference.
never be
Okay.
married because of the fact that I used to
So-
dance.
I never said that.
sounds
You stop
crazy.
putting words in my mouth.
No, but I'm just saying. But you literally just said, why would I want to give a woman my last name if she's been out there? The last thing a guy wants to do is to know that the girl's been out there with another guy.
Yes.
And this is why you can't have a conversation like this with a lot of women. This is the exact reason why you can't. Because she's not understanding it. It's like this. And take it from this standpoint, ladies. And I'm explaining to you like this. Think about how guys that your man may know. And these guys have seen you in some very compromising positions. Hell, probably have been inside of you. Think about it like that. I'm putting a ring. Think about it like this. I'm putting a ring on your finger and claim you as mine. But your body and your soul is not mine. Your body and your soul belong to everybody before we even got together. It's like this. It seems like you would have settled for him. So we're looking around here like, you know what? Maybe I'm not what she needs or what she wants. And the bad part is you have women like this that get in their emotions and they don't actually listen to the conversation. Because he didn't say nothing wrong. He said, I don't want to give you my last name. And that's okay to say, but it's not like he's saying that you was a hoe and all this shit. No. But the thing is like, you are doing something for money. And you may say, oh, it's just a transaction. Transactions, yes. But you don't understand that those type of transactions, they leave soul ties. And then on top of that, a lot of these women have sugar daddies and they giving out sugar to the sugar daddy. So to be honest with you, it's kind of like I'm I'm paying for the cow and I got to pay for the milk, but everybody else is getting the milk for free.
Okay.
That's what we
Some guys don't even care about
the same
that.
way you women care about a man having money, being able to take care of you, being competent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, being 6'4". We care about a woman's passion, her being sexual and being a whore.
Okay,
That's
so
what
you
we
date.
care about.
Okay, so you
Like,
date
we don't
Jennifer
want
Lopez, a Beyonce, all them. They
Thank God
wear the
that's not all
same
men.
thing and go and perform. Now, okay, just say the stripper is not a stripper.
first of
She's
all,
an artist,
I know you're
a
not
singer,
comparing
and
Beyonce to a stripper.
Thank you.
Jennifer Lopez dead ass was just on the freaking Super Bowl stripping, dancing on a stripper pole. One of the Jenny from the Block. Stop playing like she's not a Beyonce.
Okay, so I don't want Jennifer
Again,
Lopez.
but stop playing like she wasn't a Beyonce in her own sense. And I'm not just saying, oh, Beyonce's a stripper, but she still wears that strippers wear.
So let me
Crawling
ask
on the
you a
ground,
question.
Hitting
singing
home,
songs.
isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
let
I'm
me-
just
let me
saying,
ask
when
you
it
a
comes
question.
down to it, you guys can sit up there and try and degrade certain situations
First of all-
and look at it as a character flaw because of what? The sexualities are heightened?
So-
First of all,
The sexuality is
first of all, a
heightened?
woman stripping she's degrading herself, not me. How
No,
can I
that's
degrade?
not degrading
How
yourself.
are you gonna be on the stripper pole and you say I'm the one degrading you?
I
When
didn't
you're the
say,
one-
I
so
said you
when-
want to try and degrade women and put it as if they're
Yes, I'm degrading
expressing their
strippers, prostitutes.
sexuality
Yes, you're correct. I'm
because
degrading
you're mixing
strippers,
them.
OnlyFans models, chicks that sleep around with 100,000s of men that are the town whore. Yes, I'm degrading them. Look, I'm sorry, but like women who sexualize themselves never been respected in all of history. When a
But
woman,
yet,
hold
there's
on,
a
let me
main
finish.
thing
Stop.
on mainstream media is sexualization of women. What are you talking about? You literally sit there and watch and sit there and get your kicks off over women. The whole
And here's where a lot of women don't understand. Just because a man watches porn and jacks off the porn doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. That man is not fucking that woman. That man is not with that woman, and that man is not entering that woman. So he has no responsibility to what she's doing. It's there for relief. It's there for pleasure. Just because I'm jacking off to a fucking porn video don't mean shit, man. And that's what a lot of women they try to sit here and say, oh, because men watch porn, you're sexualizing women. Well, if it wasn't there, we wouldn't use it. Sorry to say it. If it was not there, we would not use it. We would find another way. Porn magazines. Women that sexualize themselves, you can't sit here and be like, oh, it's because of men. No, she's doing it for a paycheck. But don't expect me to respect you after you get the money from that shoot. But she's trying to spin it as, oh, men are always sexualizing women. No, not necessarily. When you put yourself into a position to where you're going to be sexualized, it's your choice to proceed or to not proceed. But when you get sexualized, don't say shit.
whole society is built off of exploiting
Period.
women. Your whole podcast is exploiting women. So how are you going to sit there and say, yes, I'm degrading, because that's your whole niche, Ease. That's your niche. That's the way you make money, Ease, is degrading of women, Ease. So why you sitting up here putting shit
I'm degrading
together?
women who do sex work.
Oh, you're degrading all of women because the women who don't want to stay with their husbands for cheating on them, you degrade them too because they're going to believe the women that aren't having sex with their women, 80%, you're still degrading them too, but you're not giving a reason
never
why.
said that. I'm talking about women.
Okay,
Stop
so-
degrading them because they're going to believe
now you're
the
putting words
women
in my
that
mouth.
aren't having sex with their women, 80%, you're still degrading them too, but you're not giving a reason
never
why.
said that. I'm talking about
Ease.
women.
Okay,
Stop
so
it.
listen,
Stop
real quick.
playing,
Ease, I got
bro.
you. I got
Hold on. She didn't make any sense when she said that.
Stay with their husbands for cheating on
Who do sex work.
Oh, you're degrading all of
But then
women
we
because
watch
the women who
porn.
don't want to stay with their husbands for cheating on them, you degrade them too because they're going to
Okay,
believe
now you're
the
putting words
women
in my
that
mouth.
aren't having sex with their women, 80%, you're still degrading them too, but you're not giving a
What the fuck does cheating on their wives have anything to do about this? Lady, you ain't making no fucking sense.
I've
reason
never
why.
said that. I'm
Yes,
talking
you
about. I'm
have.
talking about
Eve,
women.
Okay,
I'm talking about
so
women.
listen real quick.
playing.
Ease, I got you. I got
You're
you.
adding other stuff that I've never even
Ease, I
said.
got you.
We're moving the
So
we're
real
moving the
quick, let
goalposts.
me
You
get
are.
some
Yes,
decorum.
No,
Let me
you're talking
create
about
some
you put a
decorum.
whole list of things you degrade.
Yes,
but
those
you
all
missed
sexual
a couple.
acts.
No more speaking.
You missed a couple.
Yo, mama, let me create some decorum here. Good back and forth. Good, I like it. That's why I let it go. It's spirited. So you said
Tell you it's gonna be a clip though.
You said something to East. You said that, man, you're speaking with a lot of conviction, with a lot of passion.
Yeah.
And Ease is speaking with a lot of passion because this is how
I had to do it to him.
this is how he feels. And he feels this way is because he really think that these women that degrade themselves really don't deserve a good man. That's essentially what he's saying, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And correct me if I'm wrong, though. One of the reasons why I think that you're speaking with a lot of conviction and passion too is because you are one of the women that was in that fit that description that was stripping.
Yes, dancing.
Is that correct? Okay, cool. So both of you are speaking with passion.
Yeah.
Now, the difference between the conversations and what you're having is I see the angle where you're coming from. You're saying that, well, there's men out there, yes, saying this stuff like men don't want these women, but there's men out there that accept this all the time. And the reason why you are saying this is because you know what? You're right. There are men that accept women that do OnlyFans, that strip and do porn and do all of these things. Let me finish. Let me land my plane.
Go ahead,
You get what
land
I'm
it.
saying? I'm saying that I understand you, right? But the truth is, those men that accept you with your checkered past, you don't want them. You don't want those men. The thing is, you ladies actually are more attracted to the guys that has some morality, that has a backbone that says, listen, I want something better for you rather than that, right? So the man that would accept you with that, he obviously really doesn't want anything better for you because he's accepting that. So I say all of that to say, even when you're speaking about, oh, this podcast, and well, first, even before you get to the podcast, some of the things that you were saying were very true. You said that, well, men are exploiting women. Look at OnlyFans, look at porn. Most of the porn industries, the owners are men exploiting women. I 100% agree. And those men aren't good men. Those men, I would say, are simps. The men that get into relationships with those women are simps. But normally, those aren't, when women settle with guys, like when girls did OnlyFans or had been doing sex work, strippers and stuff like that, and they're in a relationship with the guy, and they're still doing it, they don't really respect those men, because if they really respected those men, I did a whole panel. I did many panels of all strippers. They know how degrading it is. They know how it hurts their soul. Like, I'm only doing it because like I have to. If I didn't have a choice, I really wouldn't do it. Listen, the majority of strippers, I've had interviewed many strippers. Now there's exceptions to the rules. There's some strippers that want to do it because they like doing it. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about generally most strippers, most people, most women that's in sex work, they're doing it because they don't really want to do it. And when they're with the man at that time, the man that accepts them why they're doing it, they can't respect them because it's like, you're not getting me out of this situation.
No, that's
I'm
what
doing
I was
something
saying.
that is very degrading. So listen real quick.
No, 1 second
I got
before you go too
real
far.
quick. No, I'm not going too far. Let me just
Okay.
land my plane because I'll let y'all speak.
Go ahead.
Now let's get into the no fugazi part, because you put the podcast in there. This podcast is not to degrade women. This podcast is to give women the truth. No fugazi means not fake, not fugazi. It means authentic. It means speak what's true. So I'm always giving the both sides of it. I speak about the immoralities that men do and the immoralities that women do. The thing is, when we speak about the immoralities that women do, or the things that men really just don't like, they'll say that they like it to smash, but really they wouldn't really take you serious. Like, I don't really like that. And you ladies conflate the two. You think that is demonizing to you, but it's actually uplifting you. I'm trying to give you the male perspective so you can understand. So when you're out there dating and men are courting you, you can probably source out the guys that's lying to you a little bit better after this podcast. Because like, Dad, Cooley gave all the game.
And that I could agree with that too, because if you really think about it, and this is an honest assumption about what's really going on here. A lot of women, they don't want to be lied to, but a lot of women can't handle the truth when they're getting told the truth. They think that men are just being harsh. But when in reality, it's like this. If men really told a lot of women what they really thought about a lot of the shit that they do, a lot of women would be offended. And let me explain to you why. If men told women exactly how they felt about the way that a lot of women move, a lot of women be looking around like, damn, that's offensive. That's offensive. That's fucked up. Because let's be honest, if men were brutally honest, women would cry. And you have podcasts like No Fugazi, even though he's had a lot of bullshit in the past. You have a lot of podcasts like MTR, mine, even though I'm a small channel. Poor Man's Podcast, all these different podcasts out here that's telling women about a lot of this stuff. If you want to be honest here, a lot of these podcasts are here to help women actually understand what's going on in the dating market and actually give women a broader perspective instead of a skewed perspective from their counterparts. Like, think about it like that. A lot of women are spewing their own issues and their own problems when it comes to dating. Okay? But what a lot of women don't understand is men out here that are doing these podcasts that y'all call Red Pill Podcast, or not even Red Pill Podcast, because Myron's podcast could be considered Red Pill. But podcasts that are not claiming to be Red Pill, but that are claiming to trying to help people in general. A lot of these podcasts get classified as Red Pill Podcasts, but a lot of these people are not Red Pill like that. When you have people that are trying to help and that are trying to turn the narrative, and they get called Red Pill or get called toxic or toxic masculinity, all this bullshit, that's only to negate what's really going on with the conversation. They don't want to listen to the conversation. They don't want to have a conversation. They only want to put out what they believe and what they feel, because that's their feelings. And I understand a lot of people have a lot of issues with the way that a lot of men are speaking nowadays. But here's the problem. You can't get the positive without the negative. You're going to have the negatives out here that's going to spew a certain kind of commentary. But for the majority of the time, a lot of people are trying to be perspective about the situation. And even me, even when I started talking and I started cussing and I started saying all this crazy shit, it's me expressing what I'm really thinking. Most of the time I can't really tell you and express to you how I'm really feeling about something, because that's the way, because there's a certain way I gotta put it, and I'm trying to put it that way, but I can't articulate it well, which is what I'm trying to improve on. But that's what happens. And a lot of women have to understand that, yes, a lot of guys that are saying shit that you don't necessarily like, but it's only to help you improve. But they're not going to think about it like that. But anyways, shout out to all the male podcasters out there, NTR, the Tip Network, even though y'all sent me a copyright strike. But shout out to all you guys, because y'all are trying to have an honest conversation, and honestly, it gets shot down because a lot of women refuse to listen to what the reasons that a lot of men are having with a lot of issues with a lot of women nowadays. But anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe to channels, put the podcast at Spotify.com. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.